Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy has been found guilty of criminal conspiracy. Nicolas was accused of using illegal funds from Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi to finance his 2007 election campaign, and on September 25, 2025, he was found guilty. Ahead of arriving at La Santé prison in Paris, Nicolas released a statement on social media and called himself an innocent person. Per a translated post on X, Nicolas wrote, "As I prepare to cross the walls of La Santé prison, my thoughts go to French people of all conditions and of all opinions. I want to tell them, with the unwavering strength that is mine, that it is not a former president of the Republic who is being locked up this morning. It is an innocent person." He continued, "I will continue to denounce this legal scandal, this path of the cross that I have suffered for more than 10 years. I am not asking for any advantage, any favor. I am not to be pitied because my voice carries. I am not to be pitied because my wife and my children are by my side and my friends are countless." He went on to say that he felt deep sorrow for France, which finds itself humiliated by the expression of a vengeance that has taken hatred to an unprecedented level. "I have no doubt, the truth will triumph, but the price to pay will have been crushing." Nicolas' sons also expressed their support for their father on their Instagram pages. 28-year-old Louis wrote in French, "Our father is an innocent man, a man who represents a threat to no one, a man plunged into an incomprehensible and unjust captivity." He continued, "But a man who nevertheless complied, who followed unfair procedures to the letter, and who today becomes their victim." Jean, 39 years old, also wrote on his Instagram, "Today, in France, an innocent man will be incarcerated. He presents no flight risk, he has not been definitively tried, and yet he is being thrown in prison." On October 21st, 70-year-old Nicolas was seen holding hands with his wife, 57-year-old Carla Bruni, as they walked down their home's alley in Paris to a crowd of cheering people. He was also supported by his sons, 41-year-old Pierre, Jean, and Louis, and his 14-year-old daughter Julia, as well as his grandchildren, as he waved to the crowd. The people could be heard chanting, "Nicolas, Nicolas," and singing the French anthem. "Courage, Nicolas, return soon," and "True France with Nicolas" were also written on 2 French flags. In footage shared, Nicolas was seen heading into a car after hugging his wife. On his way to report to his 5-year prison sentence, he was also ordered to pay a fine of 100,000 euros, around $117,000. He is in isolation in the prison to protect him from inmates who have committed substance dealing or terror offenses. Nicolas's cell is set to be 9 square meters and will contain a small TV, toilet, desk, and shower, while he'll also be permitted to have 1 hour of exercise by himself every day. After less than a day in jail, Nicolas has already received life-threatening threats. A video circulating online, which appeared to have been filmed by an inmate, showed verbal threats being made on Nicolas's arrival at Paris's La Santé prison. 3 inmates were questioned as part of the investigation, and 2 mobile phones were seized during a search of the prison. Nicolas would be assigned 2 permanent police officers as bodyguards, stationed in nearby cells throughout his time in prison, to ensure he comes to no harm. His lawyers have filed a request for early release, pending his appeals trial, and said that they expected this request to be reviewed in about a month. They said that they hope to get him freed on early release by Christmas. The Real Housewives of Potomac star, Wendy Osefo, and her husband Eddie Osefo were arrested on fraud charges. Wendy joined RHOP in Season 5, and she is slated to appear in Bravo's new series, Wife Swap, The Real Housewives Edition. The show, originally set for October 14th, has been delayed to October 21st. It will not begin with Wendy's episode, as was previously planned. Wendy and Eddie, who share children Carter, 12, Cruz, 10, and Cameron, 6, celebrated their 14th wedding anniversary in August. On October 9th, 2025, they were booked in at Westminster. They are facing 16 charges, 7 of which are felonies related to alleged false or misleading info fraud. The couple claimed that designer bags and jewelry were missing from their bedroom during a reported burglary in Jamaica in April 2024. Wendy was allegedly seen wearing one of the diamond rings in a later social media post. A police investigation determined that other items the couple said were stolen had been purchased and returned to their respective stores, where a full refund was provided prior to the alleged burglary. In the prosecution's bail recommendation documents, the prosecutors alleged that the couple claimed a $450,000 personal property loss via an insurance company. On October 19th, Wendy shared a post on Instagram. She wrote, "Thank you for the outpouring of love, support, and prayers for myself and most importantly my family during this time. We are forever grateful. And through it all, God remains faithful," Wendy captioned her post, sharing a photo of herself posing in a black and white gown. A number of other RHOP and Bravo stars have spoken out about Wendy's arrest, including Andy Cohen, who commented on the matter on the October 13th episode of Andy Cohen Live. Andy said, "I want to say that, like all of you, I found out about the charges against Wendy and Eddie Osefo on Friday morning, and there's not much that I can say. I know nothing of the charges more than you guys do, than what I've read. I'm sad about this. I'm really sad about this." He added, "I'm a Wendy fan, and she has been a great housewife and a great role model. She's always led with education and her solid family values, and so I'm really thinking about her and her family, and I'm certainly hoping that this is all some big nothing." Wendy resigned from her role as a distinguished visiting professor at Wesleyan University following her arrest. A spokesperson for Wendy clarified that she was not fired. The spokesperson said, "Contrary to recent media reports, Dr. Wendy Osefo was not terminated from a faculty position at Wesleyan University. She formally submitted her letter of resignation prior to any public announcement made by the university." The statement from the spokesperson added, "Dr. Osefo made the voluntary decision to step down from her role. This decision was made independently and communicated directly to the university before any external reports surfaced." Wendy said that there were defects in the charging document, but she claimed that all evidence should be suppressed because of an unlawful search or seizure. Wendy demanded the same of wire and verbal communications due to an allegedly unlawful interception, also claiming that unlawfully obtained admissions, statements, or confessions should not be allowed as evidence. She requested that the trial of co-defendants be severed from the trials of this defendant, referencing Eddie's charges. In a separate filing, Wendy's lawyer asked the prosecutors for all alleged evidence, a list of witnesses, polygraph results of witnesses, the names of any confidential informants, and copies of police reports. Wendy and Eddie spent one night at Maryland's Carroll County Detention Center before posting a combined total bail of $100,000. According to their spokesperson, they were in good spirits and looking forward to their day in court,